Prostrating at the lotus feet of our Gurudeva, Swami Sri Virajeshwara Saraswati, and the entire Guru Parampara, invoking their blessings on all of us today on this occasion of the discourse on Adi Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani. The commentary is given by Jivan Mukta Mahatapasvi Sri Sri Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal of Sringeri Sharada Peetha long back, and this discourse is mainly based on the commentary of Mahaswami Sri Sri Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal mainly. And in addition, there will the commentary given by Adi Devananda of Ramakrishna Ashrama also will be used here. Hari Om. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shri Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara Shruti Smuti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Shankaram Loka Shankaram Keshavam Shankaram Lok Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakrutam Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwara. At the outset, I have to request our Guru Bandhus and esteemed spiritual aspirants who are in this journey of spiritual pilgrimage that the discourse or the talks here by this person sitting in front of you will be mainly in English and also in Kannada language of our Karnataka state, South India. The reason is most of our Guru Bandhus are not well versed with the English language, so they feel very happy to listen, combine both English and Kannada. So my one humble request for all of us, all of Guru Bandhus is, those who cannot understand Kannada, you please don't bother at all. Anyway, the English covering is there, explanations are there, so nothing to feel confused at all. It will be in both the languages. Kannada will be there here and there in between coming out. This is one thing. Before we start, some of our Guru Bandhus requested me that they don't use our Gurudev. Virajeshwara Saraswati. A few words about our Gurudeva. Our Guru Bandhus know it very well, who have seen him. Swami Virajeshwara, as he is known, he was born in a village in Udupi district in the English medium school. Then later he came down to Bombay to stay with his elder brother's home to pursue his education in science. He did his BSc and MSc in physics in Bombay itself. That was in 1958. Being a brilliant student of science, that too MSc in physics, he worked as lecturer in Ruya College, Bombay, for almost 1 year. He left to United States to pursue his PhD degree in politics in 1959. He joined the Rutgers University, New Jersey, for his PhD program in 1959 itself. A brilliant scientist, he completed his PhD in polymer physics in 1963. After that, almost for 8 to 10 months, he worked in the Kings County Hospital in New York in the biochemistry research division as a scientist in the hospital itself. Later, he joined the headquarters IBM near New York as a scientist in the R&D program, where in almost by the end of 1963, beginning of 64, he joined IBM there. That was the time when IBM was managing to produce or formulate the third generation IBM 360 computer. Miniaturization was going on, and was the top scientist from 64 to 92. He was in IBM as a scientist, well-known scientist, traveling. Even during his PhD, he had traveled all over Europe. He had already produced more than 30 research papers. Later, the divine call materialized. Being a brahmachari from the beginning, he resigned the post in IBM post, and he came for 6 to 8 months. He was searching. Finally, he landed in Rishikesh in the Shivananda Ashram, established by one of the greatest saints of our 20th century, Swami Shivananda Saraswati at Rishikesh. He met his guru, Swami Vidyananda, there at Rishikesh. Swami Vidyananda is the direct disciple of Swami Shivananda. Swami Shivananda, he took the sannyas from Swami Vishwananda, belonging to Sringeri Sharada Peetham, Advaita tradition. ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಂದರಿಂದ ಅರಿತು ಅವರಿಂದ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಶ್ರವಣ, ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಪಾಠ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರ ಪಾಠ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಅವರಿಂದ ಗುರುಮುಖೇನ ಪಡೆದು ಕೃತಾರ್ಥರಾದರು. Then with the intense sadhana, our Gurudev became a realized soul as per his Guru's wordings itself. This is the background. Later our Gurudev started roaming around the India. At that time, he came in contact with Sringeri and the present Jagat Guru Abhinav Vidyatirtha Mahaswamigal, and then his Karakamala Sanjata Sri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamigal. He used to come down to Sringeri and stay 2-3 months every with the then Pontiff Jagat Guru Sri Mahaswamigal. He came in Tamil Nadu, and he took there in the year 2014. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುದೇವರು 2014ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಣಸೋಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಸಾಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾಸಮಾಧಿ ಅವರಾಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರು. This person, Nagaraj Badki, in front of you sitting, came in contact with him in 1995. Then onwards, Gurudev is looking after everything. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಮೊದಲು ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಏನ್ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಯನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಾಧ್ಯಯನ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನನ್ನೂ ಮಾಡದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಮಾತಿನ ಭರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಶಂಕರರ ವಿವೇಕ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ತಪ್ಪಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ, I request all of you to forgive me if while something I may commit mistake with. Because it is Gurudev's bidding, these things are happening. In the year 2012, Gurudev told me to do the Vyakhyana on Vivek Chudamani there in Hamsashram itself, every Sunday between 4 and 5. That was the first jolt I had in the life. When I said it is not possible for a person like me, he said, no, I know, you simply do it. He was sitting by my side, I was sitting at his side on the floor, and remembering him, it started. It went on for almost a year. That was in 2012. Again, the Gurudev has prompted. Our Guru Bandhus are very eagerly waiting that I should do once again. Those who have missed this Viveka Chudamani Vyakhyana in 2012, they want to listen now once again. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಸಮಸ್ತ ಋಷಿ ಪರಂಪರೆ, ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಆನಂದ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Our Gurudev said once, the entire Guru Parampara is happily listening and they are showering the blessings on the people who are sitting there and listening and the person who is delivering the talk. So our Gurudev's blessings are there on all. We are all lucky in that way. We are extremely lucky in that way to have a Guru in our heart. Because all of us who have had the grace, anugraha of Rameshwara, in this birth itself, they come across the Sadguru in the body form. This is our experience. And till yesterday, lot of our other Swami Yoga himself, when I referred this point, he has blessed that this jnana of Adi Shankara, let it through your mouth so that everybody will be elevated, everybody will be blessed. Sri Gopiji Maharaj from Rishikesh has blessed the same thing yesterday, and Swami Purna Prajnananda of Tiruvannamalai yesterday again blessed on the same thing. So we all feel we are highly blessed today. And with this small introduction, I will come back to the point. Now, ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋ ಮೊದಲು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತುಗಳಿದೆ. ಏನು, ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನ ಓದಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥೈಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ತಪ್ಪಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರುವಿನ ಪಾತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ಮುನ್ನಡೆದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಗುರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ನಾವು ನಾವಾಗೇ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗುರುವಿನ ಒಂದು ಕರುಣೆ, ಕೃಪಾಕಟಾಕ್ಷ, ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನೆರವೇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಗುರು ಕೃಪೆ ಕಾರಣ. Without the grace of the Guru Kripa, it is very difficult to swim in this line of spirituality, because the journey, the spiritual journey, is a holy pilgrimage towards perfection. And in this journey, where we don't know how to proceed further, the Guru's role is so important. He is so compassionate. Guru is so merciful. He is full of divine love, full of unconditional love. He will lift us by holding our hand, guiding our step by step to reach the summit called Everest of Paramajnana. Upanishads declare vehemently one point: Jnanadeva Kaivalyam. Only by the dawn of the Jnana in our heart, Kaivalya, that is salvation, emancipation occurs in this birth, so that we escape from this cycle of birth and death. ಸಂಸಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಶಂಕರರು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಭಾಷೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ಸಂಸಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಸಂಸಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶೋಕ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೋಹಗಳ ಈ ಚಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತನೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಂಸಾರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ in this cyclical chain of birth and rebirth, birth and rebirth, birth and rebirth. We can never escape. We can never escape from this cycle of birth and death. If you escape by the grace of Guru or God, then it is called emancipation or realization or samyak darshana, atmajnana, brahmajnana, ella shabdagalu barutte. There is a famous Vedantic statement. दुर्लभो विषयत्यागः, दुर्लभो विषयत्यागः, दुर्लभम तत्वदर्शन, दुर्लभ दुर्लभो सहज कृपया विना. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲೇ ವಿರಾಜಮಾನನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು, ಆತನ ಕೃಪೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಕಡೆ ಹೊರಳುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಭಗವತ್ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೊರಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಸಾಧನೆ ನಡೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನಾಗಿಯೇ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದು ಆ ಗುರುವಿನ ಕೃಪೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿರಂತರವಾದ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಸಾವು ಈ ಸರಪಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಆಶಯ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಫೇಮಸ್ ವೇದಾಂತಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ portrays how the Guru Sankalpa, Guru Krupa, Guru Karunya and the compassion is there which will lift us and take us to the glory and the summit of the Jnana itself. Just wanted to tell, sir, before we start, I request all of you, as Kailas Sinha requested, mute your whatever laptop or whatever computer you have. Normally, the discourse is 1 hour between 4 and 5 p.m. every Sunday. After 5 p.m. or around 1 hour, as our Gurudev insisted, we follow the same tradition. For a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes, he was fond of the Maha Taraka mantra, Sri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. So I will chant that for 2 or 3 minutes, whatever it is. After the end of the discourse, you can all join yourself and after the chanting is over, that comes to an end. Then, as we discussed yesterday, in the middle, while the talks were going, when it is going on, it is difficult for this person to concentrate on anything, because what comes out, I will not be knowing at all. So after the end of the discourse, after the end of the chanting of Ramanama, 10 to 15 minutes, I will be here itself. Questions, small doubts, if you have. Then whatever Gurudev has told me, I will try to deliver the message and try to give some explanation later. That is after the end of the discourse and the chanting. This was a point which I wanted to tell you. The one small final point before we start. The entire summary, the core of our philosophy, that is included by Acharya Shankara in Viveka Chudamani. What is that core philosophy? What is that core important thing we should remember? Please, I request you to have a pen and a paper with you sometime, every time. Some landmark points which will come out by the Gurudev through this mouth, you can just note down. These are so important. It will help a lot. The core point, why we are sitting today, why we are talking today, why with all reverence, exalted souls, noble souls, the spiritual aspirants like you who are more advanced than this person, what is that you want ultimately? See, the core point is Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi has said in a very simple way, and our Gurudev has said in a further simplest way. I'll refer. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi once, when the question was asked, he simply said, Naham Deham, Koham Soham. Bhagwan said, Naham Deham, Koham Soham. I am not the body. Na aham deham. Na aham deham. Koham, then who am I? If I say I am not the body, then what? Soham. Aham saha. I am that only. That is the entire summary of the Upanishad core point, summarized in these 4 simple words by Bhagavan. If I remember correctly, it is not remembering through the brain. It is not intellectual understanding. ಇದು ಬರೀ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ. ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಕೂತವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ದೇಹ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾರು? ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನಾನು ಅವನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು. Next moment we forget. Here, if you say, I have understood, intellectually, that won't help. We have to dive deeper and deeper into that simple sentence of Bhagavan. Naham Deham Koham Soham. This is a summary of Indian Vedantic thought. This is a summary of Indian Advaitic school of thought. This is what Acharya, every time he hammers in so many ways, in all his bhashyas, and Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad. So I repeat once again, Naham Deham, Koham, Hagaryarna. Who am I? Soham. I am that only. What is that? We'll come to that later sometime in the discourse. That means I am that Parama Chaitanya. I am that cosmic force. I am that super consciousness. I am that absolute. I am that absolute truth. I am that what we call God. Again, don't get confused, because people always have some confusion sometimes. They think that when Upanishad says Tattvamasi, you are that only, people think Nagaraj Padiki talking to you. Oh, this Nagaraj Padiki is God himself. No, 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 it is not like that. As long as you have got the ego feeling that individual status is there, you never reach anywhere. Same thing our Gurudev said. Our Gurudev made it further clear. What is the core summary of Indian philosophy, Advaitic philosophy? ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು? See, the sadhana means, your spiritual sadhana means from somebody you have to become nobody. Please note, our Gurudev said, from somebody you have to become nobody. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಸಾಧನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವತ್ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅದ್ರ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ನಾನು ಇಂಥವನು 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 ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವವನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಏನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನೋ ಬಡಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಝೀರೋ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಟೋಟಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಝೀರೋ. So clean your state of the mind, put it blank. God will descend there, more divine. This is what you said. So these are the simple things. Ultimately, in Viveka Chudamani, in the form of Guru Shishya Samvada, Acharya goes to the deeper and deeper levels of jnana. It is nothing but the pure jnana. Acharya Shankara, for the sake of the humanity, 1200 years before, he wrote so many Prakarana Granthas, prose and poetry combined, Aprokshanabhuti, Atmabodha, Swatma Nirupana, and then Vakyavrutti, then Upadesha Sahasri. These are all Granthas, treatises he wrote. And finally, Viveka Chudamani, the crown jewel of discrimination, the magnum opus Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada has given to the mankind 1200 years before, is this Viveka Chudamani. There are nearly 581 verses here. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳಿಗೆ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಭಾರತಿ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮೂಲವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಗುರುಗಳ ಅನುಗ್ರಹದಿಂದ ಗುರುಗಳು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನುಡಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಮುಂದೆ ಅದು ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. I once again tell, for the sake of the communication, that I know nothing. Whatever comes out through the tongue, it is a Guru's grace only. I have made these points very clear. I am a very small man. I am a zero. I am a big zero. Please remember, it is not, I am telling through the heart the truth only. Believe me, I am telling you the truth. So again, with the folded hands, now we come to the point. We start with this. The very first shloka in Viveka Chudamani is Mangalacharana. So from next Sunday onwards, this Mangalacharana shloka also will come. The first shloka, Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gochar Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmeham. ವಿವೇಕ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿಯ ಮೊದಲ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣ ಶ್ಲೋಕದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸರ್ವೇಶ್ವರನಾದ ಭಗವಂತನಾದ ಆ ಗೋವಿಂದನಿಗೆ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ, ಯಾರು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಗೋಚರನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎಟುಕುವಂತಹ ಭಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಗತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಿಗೆ ನಾನು ತಲೆಬಾಗ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ದಿ ವೆರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಈ going down reverentially to the Lord Govinda. This Lord Govinda, Agocharam, is not visible. He is beyond your senses of perception. By speech, you cannot describe him. By mind, you cannot understand him. By logic and intelligence, you cannot discern him. You cannot dissect him. You cannot know him at all. Agocharam. That is a Godhead. That is supreme reality. That is a divine reality. That is a cosmic reality. That is a super conscious. All these words denote that which cannot be explained. Absolute truth. That is Paramatma or God, whatever name we give. Whatever name we give, everything is same. Because all these names are in the realm of Ajnana only we are talking. ನಾವು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಹೆಸರುಗಳು ಕರಿತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರುಗಳು ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ಒಂದು ಪರಾಶಕ್ತಿ. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗದೆ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು? ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಅನೇಕ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ದೇವರು, ಭಗವಂತ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ, ಈಶ್ವರ, ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ. All these words denote that Godhead. So I bow down to Godhead, who is omnipresent, omniscient. All these words only. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಈ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಿವಿಯಿಂದ ಕೇಳಿ ಈ ಕಿವಿಯಿಂದ ಬಿಡೋದಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಾಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚಕ್ಕೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆಧಾರ ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಮ್ ಆನ್ ವಿಚ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಹಸ್ ಅಕರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಿಸ್ ಓನ್ ಡಿವೈನ್ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ಓನ್ಲಿ. To such a Brahma Padartha I bow down reverentially. Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Another point here, Mahaswami says in his commentary, Govindam word Acharya uses in the very first shloka also refers to his preceptor, Guru, Sri Govinda Bhagavad Pada, near Narmada banks. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಶಂಕರರ ಗುರುಗಳ ಹೆಸರೇ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶಬ್ದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನನ್ನೂ ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರ ಗುರುಗಳನ್ನೂ ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಗುರು ಗೋವಿಂದ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳೋ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿವೇಕ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿಯ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣ ಶ್ಲೋಕ. ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ವಿವೇಕ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನನ್ನಂಥವನು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಅಲಂಕಾರ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನೋ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆದುರಿಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪವಾಡ ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ನೋಡೋರ್ಗೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಾತುಗಳು, ಗುರುಗಳು ಏನ್ ನುಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ತಮ್ಮ ಮುನ್ನುಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಭಾರತಿ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವಿವೇಕ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ. ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಕೆಲವು 3 ಚರಣಗಳಿಗೆ, ಕೆಲವು 4 ಚರಣಗಳಿಗೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಒಂದೇ ಚರಣಕ್ಕೆ, ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕಷ್ಟಕರವಾದ ಛಂದಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಭಾರತಿ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. The poetics, in the poetic sense, the meter chandas used here is so different ways, as Mahaswami says. Only people who are experts in language of Sanskrit or Sanskritam can appreciate this. Mahaswami says like that. We are all mortals. We don't know anything about Sanskrit. So again, I also bow my head to Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal and Adi Shankaracharya, Bhagavad Pada, to pardon me, to condone my mistakes. It is like, traversing an area which I don't know at all. Second shloka is so important. Now it real starts. The entire summary of Viveka Chudamani comes in the second shloka itself. The purport, the entire synopsis comes in second shloka. ಈ ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನಿಜವಾಗಲೂ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೈವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಡೀಪ್ ಓಷನ್. ನಮಗೆ ಈಜು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಮುದ್ರ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇಟಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಹಡಗಿನಿಂದ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ತಳ್ಳಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಕೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ಸೋದೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಾಕಪ್ಪ ಈ ವಿವೇಕ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಕಬ್ಬಿಣದ ಕಡಲೆ. After listening to the second shloka, most we bow down in our mind and we come to a conclusion that this is not for us. We will never understand. It is something which will never enter into our head at all. Something we cannot comprehend. So, thank God, let me be off. Such feelings will come. Definitely. Why? Because Acharya takes you, Bhagavad Pada takes you to the entire summary of Vivek Chudamani here in the second shloka itself. Entire summary. One by one, how difficult things are in life. Yeah, in the beginning, to tell you shortly, Acharya ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಪ್ಪ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ. ಜೀವನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲು ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದೇ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಿಂತ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪುರುಷ ಜನ್ಮ ಬರೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀನು ವಿಪ್ರನಾಗಿ ಜನಿಸೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಷ್ಟ. ವಿಪ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ್ವಿಜ, ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಲೋಕಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ. ಅದೂ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಬೋಣ, ನಿನಗೆ ವೈದಿಕ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸ್ಥೆ ಬರೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅದೂ ಬಂದರೂ ನಿನಗೆ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ವತ್ ಬರೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದು ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಆತ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲದ ವಸ್ತು ಯಾವುದು, ಏನೋ ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಈ ವಿವೇಚನೆ ಬರೋದಂತೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅನುಭವ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅನುಭವ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ. ಅನುಭವನೂ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿನೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರವೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನ ವಿಷಯವೇ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕನಸಿನ ಗಂಟು ಅಂತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ರು. In short, in the second shloka, Acharya says how it is difficult to get, by the grace of God, one by one step at the next step. Next step becomes more difficult. Third step becomes still difficult. Like that he says. To get a human birth itself is difficult, Baba. Acharya is telling. Bhagavad Pada is telling. To get a human life itself is difficult. Even if you get a human life, to be born as a male gender is still difficult. Pumstvam. Pumstvam means, male. Even then, to be born as a Vipra is still difficult. Vipra, the old meaning established meaning 1200 years before. Please remember, Vipra. To become a Vipra, still difficult. To develop Vipratva, not possible. With all that, Vaidika Dharma Marga Tarata. With all that, your interest in our Sanatana Dharma, Hindu Dharma as we call today, your basic conviction in Hindu Dharma, your basic conviction that I am a Hindu, I must follow my own scriptures, what all our Mahatmas say, that itself is difficult. It will not come into our head at all. Normal life we live. With all that, finally, with all this Shastra, knowingly well, if we don't develop discriminatory power, Atma, Anatma, Vivechana. What is Atma? What is Anatma? What is Atma? What is not Atma? If we don't develop that in the mind here, if we don't enter into your heart that burning question, what is this people are telling about Atma, Atma, Paramatma, Atma? What is this? If that discriminatory question, the query, if it doesn't rise, everything is waste. Then you will never have your own experience. Then you will never know what is sadhana. So without doing spiritual sadhana, ultimately, with all these things, your life becomes a waste because you are born, you will die one day. That's all. So all these things happen by the accruing of your previous thousands and thousands of births, whatever punya sanchayana is there, whatever virtuous deeds you have done, that will help you in this birth to reach the goal. This is the summary of what the second sloka. Jantonam narajanma durlabha matah pumstvam tato viprata. First line. Jantonam narajanma durlabha matah pumstvam tato viprata tasmat vaidika dharma marga parata vidvatvam asmat param. Atmanatma vivechanam swanubhavo brahmatmana samsthiti muktirno shatakoti janma sukutaihi punnair vina labhyate. Jantunam narajanma durlabha. He starts Acharya Bhagavad Pada. All of us we have heard this. All our Mahatmans in our country, in this Punya Bhumi, Bharatavarsha, have said time and again, that to be born as a human is a real grace of God. Jantuna narajanma durlabha. To be born as a human race itself is the greatest boon, the greatest grace God has bestowed on us. See, most of you understand this point. But as a technical person, well-qualified person, as a zoologist who has taught degree students for more than 32 years, who has taught more than 1 year undergrad students at Waterloo University, Canada, being a more technically qualified, doing research in animal physiology, knowing very well animal science, animal behavior, as a zoologist, I can vouch for you one thing. As a technical man, unless you are a zoologist like me, you will not understand what I am talking. We know the purport so important. From the single-celled amoeba, coming to the phylum protozoans, to the highest mammal called human being, Homo sapien, we have studied, we have taught the evolution of life, how animals, lower animals, insects, reptiles, birds, how they lead their life, what is their lifespan, what is their the way of life, how they die, and how the evolution has occurred. Evolution of brain has occurred, evolution of intelligence has occurred, transformation has occurred genetically. Ultimately, the Homo sapien human being evolved, the highest most intelligent person, animal in the animal world, we say. Why, as a scientist, we separate human being from all animals? Because he is endowed with the power of discrimination. His intelligence is such, Nishchayatmaka Buddhi, Vedanta says. He knows what is right, what is wrong. He can discern it. He can analyze it. He can think. He can not only think of survival and feeding and mating, he can also think something about universe. That is a boon God has given. Even scientists, as zoologists, we agree with them. ಇದು ಬಹುಶಃ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಜ್ಞರಿಗೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಜನ್ಮ, ಜಂತುಗಳ ಜನ್ಮ, ಕ್ರಿಮಿಕೀಟಗಳ ಜನ್ಮಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡದ್ದು, ಬಹಳ ದುರ್ಲಭ ಹಾಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪುಂಸ್ತ್ವಂ ದುರ್ಲಭ, ದುರ್ಲಭ ಮತ ಪುಂಸ್ತ್ವಂ. ಪುಂಸ್ತ್ವಂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುವುದು ಅಂತ ಮೂಲ ಅರ್ಥ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಪುಂಸ್ತ್ವಂ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, to be born as a male human being. Pumstvam. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಶಯಗಳು ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಹಳ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಏನು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಹರೇ ರಾಮ, ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದೇ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಸರಿ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗಂಡಸಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗಸರಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ವ, ನಮಗೇನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನಮಗೇನು ಅಧಿಕಾರವೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನಾವು ಪುರುಷ ಅಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಸ್ತ್ರೀ. ಏನು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಗಂಡಿಗೆ ಮಹತ್ವ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ? ವೈ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಬೈ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದ? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಲೇಡಿ born, am I not eligible for Atma Sakshatkara? Why Acharya says to be born as a man is the greatest boon? That question comes in. Tato viprata, another question. These two words are important. Acharya says it is a boon to be born as a male. ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಬಹಳ ದುರ್ಲಭ ಅಪ್ಪ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಪ್ರನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ದುರ್ಲಭ. ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಪ್ರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ್ವಿಜ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ, ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿನೋಷನ್, ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್. ವಿಪ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ವೈಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್, ದ್ವಿಜ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಕುಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಎರಡು ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ, ದುರ್ಲಭ, ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಪ್ರನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಷ್ಟ, ದುರ್ಲಭ. These two words Acharya is using, isn't it? It is difficult to be born as a pumsa, pumstva. Yet it is still difficult to be born as a vipra. Please remember. Listen to this explanation attentively. These things Acharya wrote 1200 years before, not in 2020 AD. We are in 2020 AD and putting the question, our doubts are there. You, unless know the history of India in the 8th century, 6th century, 7th century, 9th century, how things were happening, why Acharya came into life. Vaidika Dharma was almost shattered. Other dharmas were conquering. Things were different, totally different. At that time, the stree, the lady, had no role because spiritual sadhana demanded highest form of penance, highest form of austerity, highest form of determination, highest form of titiksha, enduring the pain, enduring the problems, enduring all adversities in life. In those times, the woman was not built, she was confined to the home. Woman was not built to live alone in the forest. Woman was not built to follow individually, independently, spiritual sadhana. Because the situation was, if a woman comes out of the house, absolutely she will be raped. She has no personal protection at all. Those were the days. There was no woman emancipation or woman liberation concepts in those days. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ದುರ್ಲಭ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವರ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಪುಂಸ್ತ್ವಂ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ masculinity, masculine power, determination to face any challenge, to do sadhana in any adverse condition. The man can do it, a woman may not be able to do it. That is the only reason. He never said woman cannot be a Atmajnani. Never, 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 never. Then Vipra. Vipratva is very difficult. To be born as a Brahmin. No, it is not that. Vipratva actually means your ability, your interest in understanding Vedantic texts, Vedantic knowledge, your ability, your interest, your innate feeling, desire to know the scriptures, your innate desire to enter into spiritual sadhana, your innate desire to reach Godhead ultimately. That is Vipratva. So Vipratva antandre, it's not simply a Brahmin by birth. No, not at all. Not at all. Vipratva means here what Acharya intends is your sattvic nature, your pious nature, your interest to understand Vedanta, your interest to know something in spirituality, your personal desire to reach the highest goal, your personal desire to do whatever sadhana to reach Godhead. That is the real sense Vipratva. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಅಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆಯೋ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ, ಭಗವದ್ ದರ್ಶನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿಪ್ರರೇ. ಬರೀ ಹುಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣರು ಮಾತ್ರ ವಿಪ್ರರು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಶುದ್ಧ ಮೂರ್ಖತನ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. Please remember these two words. Confusion starts sometimes like this in our mind. So, Vipra means the innate desire in the Vedantic teachings, that urge here inside. So all of us, all of you, including this insignificant person in front of you, though born as a Brahmin, forget about that. We are all Vipras. Why? Because we are all blessed. Why? Because we are all lucky. Why? Because Guru is there. Guru is there guiding us internally and externally. Guru is there as Sarvantarayami and he is taking us to the goal. All that is required is surrender ourselves to the Guru, at the feet of the Guru. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡೌಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸಂದೇಹ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂದೇಹ. ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಹಾತ್ಮರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಗುರುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಸೆ ಇದೆ, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು, ನಮಗೆ ದಾರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೇವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾರನ್ನ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗುರು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ನಮಗೆ ಗುರು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಹುಡುಕೋದು? ಅದು ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಳ್ಳ ಗುರುಗಳೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಗುರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಹೌ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಗುರು, ಹೌ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಎ ರಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಅಂಡ್ fall at his feet, request him to take us to his fold. How to do it? We don't know. We are like blind people roaming in this field of Adhyatma. Real genuine questions. Very genuine questions. When the same question was asked in 1944 to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, if you happen to read the authentic Day by Day with Bhagwan, English by Devaraj Mudliar, his closest disciple. There the question comes in. Bhagwan answers, Bhagwan, how to find a real Guru? How I should reach my real Guru? Please tell us the method to know whether he is a real Sadguru or not. How to identify? Then Bhagwan said very simple. In your search, if it is earnest, if you are sincere, if you are sincerely praying God to put you in the fold of a Guru, then when you reach to a person where you get ultimate, total, tranquil peace in your mind, Parama Shanti in your mind, in his holy presence all the time, whenever you go there, you forget the world, you will end up with Parama Shanti in the mind. He will be the real Guru. Please remember that. That's what he said. All Mahatmans have said almost the same thing. Our Gurudev adds further. To me, he said once, I asked him, Gurudeva, a lot of people ask me the question. They are afraid to come to you and ask, how to find a real Guru? Our Gurudev laughed at me and said, see, you are a principal, he said. When a student comes for college admission, PU or a degree, if the student tells you, I want to test you whether you are a good principal or not, then whether teachers are good or not, then I will make my admission. Will you not laugh at him? He smilingly said, okay. Then he said, if the desire is there in the mind, earnestly, you need not worry. If you are pure in your mind, you need not worry. You need not go in search of Guru. He will come himself and find you. This is my Gurudev's Ashirvachana. He himself will find, the supreme reality will guide you to such a Guru. He himself will catch you. He himself will find you. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ನಿಜವಾದ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಭಗವಂತ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನೇ ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೇನು ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಆತನೇ ಗುರುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಗುರುವೇ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾನೆ. The Guru himself will come to you and catch you. This is what my Gurudev said. I am telling you earnestly, with a total conviction, going down to my Guru. This is exactly what happened in the case of Nagaraj Patiki sitting in front of you and talking in 1995. I never went for anything. I never went in search of anybody. I was not even in Adhyatma mode. I was a very ordinary person, almost like an atheist, not at all bothered in life, only bothered about leading a life with a small meager salary of a teacher in Bangalore to pay rent and then lead life 1 month. Somehow that itself was difficult. Mind was only there, nothing else. Nothing else. No background, nothing. But in 95, our Gurudev, somehow he arranged in such a way that he virtually caught me. In the Viveka Chudamani, later it comes, Acharya Bhagavad-pada says, we'll take up that point later there, when a Guru, Acharya Bhagavad-pada says, when a Guru catches you, he will catch you like a crocodile. As a zoologist, I can understand it. With the huge teeth. He will catch you like a crocodile. You are like a fish or animal caught in the mouth of a crocodile. However you try, the crocodile will not give up the prey. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮೊಸಳೆ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಒದ್ದಾಡಿ ಜೀವ ಬಿಡಬೇಕೇ ಹೊರತು ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಹಾಗೆ ಗುರು ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮೊಸಳೆ ತರ ಹಿಡಿತಾನೆ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಸೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ವಿವೇಕ್ ಚೂಡಾಮಣಿ. Please, earnestly I am telling you the truth from the heart, exactly what has happened in my case. Exactly what has happened. I never wanted to be in this field of Adhyatma at all in my life. There was no conception in the mind. ನನಗೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, even today from 95, even I cannot believe it. So by Guru's prerana, today I am closing the talks with 2 minutes. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, 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 Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya. So, as if anybody wants any small clarification, yes, for 10 minutes, I'll be sitting here. You can feel free. I think they have to unmute.
ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಪದಕಿಯವರೇ, ನಾನು ಉಮಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ತುಂಬಾ ಕುತೂಹಲದಿಂದ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಹಾಗೂ ನೀವು ಗುರುದೇವರ ವಿಷಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ದಿರೋ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನುಭವಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಓದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತುಗಳು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೇನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ವಂದನೆಗಳು ನಿಮಗೆ, ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು.
Each one of you can unmute yourselves and speak, please. Sir, Santosh ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Sir, even after going through so much pain in life and being near to Guru, these desires are not going away. What is the meaning of this?
ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ?
ಕೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾ? ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಇದೇನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೇಳುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ, ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಹಾಂ ಹಾಂ, ಹೇಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ
ನಾವು ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ. ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಾನು ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು?
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರು ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ಸ್,
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಓಕೆ. ಯಾರ್ದಾದ್ರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್.
ಸರ್ ಎರಡು
We are yet to-
question ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಅನ್ನೋರು he has asked, sir, even though going through so much pain in life and being near to Guru, these desires are not going away. What is the meaning of this ಅಂತ?
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಅವರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಥ್ರೂ ಯು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್, ನಾಟ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. It is a very important normal question found in the human life. Several sincere people have put the same question to all Mahatmas, including our Gurudev, including all Gurus. Yenandre, answer is very simple but difficult to digest. First answer is nothing to worry. Absolutely nothing to worry, because desires, even at the end of realization, even at the time of a realization, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ, ಈ ಕಾಮ, ಕ್ರೋಧ, ಆಸೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ಸತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ. ಈವನ್ the Maya will not even allow the jnanis to keep quiet. He will try to interfere, poke its nose into their affairs. So jnaninam nityavairinam ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮಂಥವರು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿರೋರು, ಕಣ್ಣು ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು, ನಾವಿನ್ನು LKG UKG ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋರು, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವರಿ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರೀಚ್. ಎವೆಂಚುಯಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್. Eventually it happens. Eventually it happens. My own example I am giving you, I am quoting you. Only thing, have full faith and Shraddha in the Guru. Full total surrender to the Guru is the utmost thing required, nothing else. Whatever happens, let it happen. I am not bothered. He is there to look after me, take care of me. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಗುರುನೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಯಪ್ಪ. Suppose I don't have a Guru, then what? Have full faith in the Ishtadevata. Please remember that God is one only. Whatever form you like, you worship. Do the puja, do the japa, whatever. Sincerely pray to the God all the time that you take care of my own mind. You take care of my own desires. I am unable to control my desires, Gurudeva. I am unable to control my own mind. Hey, Parameshwara, please help me. This sincerity is most important. The Guru or the God, Pratyagatma, inside our heart will listen to that only. He will listen to that only. Because whether we know or not, ಅಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿಯಾಗಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಿತನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ. ಸರ್ವಸ್ಯ ಹೃದಯ ವಸತಿ ಇತಿ ವಾಸುದೇವ. ವಾಸುದೇವ ಶಬ್ದ ನಿತ್ಪತ್ತಿ, ವಾಸುದೇವ ಸರ್ವಸ್ಯ ಹೃದಯ ವಸತಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆತನನ್ನೇ ವಾಸುದೇವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ವೇದಾಂತ ಸೇಸ್. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವಾಸುದೇವ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಇನ್ ಈಶ್ವರ ಸರ್ವಭೂತಾನಾಂ ಹೃದ್ದೇಶೇ ಅರ್ಜುನ ತಿಷ್ಠತಿ ಭ್ರಾಮಯನ್ ಸರ್ವಭೂತಾನಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಸಂತೋಷ್, ಭ್ರಾಮಯನ್ ಸರ್ವಭೂತಾನಿ ಯಂತ್ರಾರೂಢಾನಿ ಮಾಯಯ. Lord says, Krishna says, I am there in your heart. I am the root cause. My own Maya, which is under my control, my Yoga Maya is controlling you. It is turning you, twisting you in the world of Maya, in this samsara. So don't worry. I am there. I am there. I am there in your heart.
ಆಯ್ತು
Sir, one
Okay.
ಎರಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಐ ರಾದರ್ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯಂ ಜಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು. He says Padiki
Right.
video is getting stuck at times. Can we please do something about it next week onwards ಅಂತ. One thing I
Adu,
from a
I am unable to answer that. Our Shanay.
Adu, this is what is happening is there is a older version of Zoom on a lot of
ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ
so unless they
ಅದು
muted themselves, it will
ಅದು
be possible.
ಬೇರೆ 2-3 ಜನರದ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಶ್ವಿನ್ಗೆ ಇವರ ಮಗ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ ಅಶ್ವಿನ್ ಪದ್ಕಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ರೈಟ್. ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ್ ಸರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ, ಗೋಕುಲ್ ಕಾಮತ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ, ಅಜಿತ್ ಕಾಮತ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೈನ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಅವರ ನೆಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ.
ಹೌದು, either switch off the video or number 2 you can also do is make sure all of us participants, we have to make sure that we mute ourselves physically. If device alli mute ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ it will enable everything to go smoothly when, especially when Padiki sir is speaking. I request that all of us be on mute. Because older devices we cannot mute it. Even if I want to, I cannot mute it. Sir, Shanai sir, nimgu ade problem aitu. Sorry about that.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಏನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸುಮಾರು 40 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲ?
44 ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ಸರ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು we are 40.
ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಹೌದು ಹೌದು, ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್.
Sure.
ಓಕೆ.